to the new school right now. My man Shaw. South Cat. Holding it down. You know we waiting on y'all. We sit back waiting on them chariots. Hey yo, Shaw, let them know. Come on.
Talking about how much money you got, but in reality, the Lord just got you there. Don't watch it fall. What's gonna save you in the end? But if you don't know, comprehend. Choose knowledge over silver and gold. No, we ain't the same. I'm in the UPK. Ordained by the Lord to drop the jewels to poverty. The poverty, it looks so wild when we out on this bitch. And no, we don't play no games. So stay home, little kids. It's like a sword what we say, but it's in the game like EA. Boy, know your lane like freeways, or I have to see like CJ. I got my grind and replay, but I want your life like relay. I'm at they neck, cause I'm up next, nigga. In my chariot, I pick you up from uptown. Uptown. Niggas swear they gotta hit, we'll batter up now, up now. But we are not the same. I'm a priest in private, okay. Got money, pay your tithes for me. My people starving like some damn puppies. I'm a big dog, use a damn puppet. The lowest nigga in the school can probably show you something. Somebody bring me some wine. Is that my baby? That's Lil' Bae. I call her that cause she whine. I'm in my mood, that's all the way. I should've been named prime time. But I'm a prince, so call me Shaw, and I'll be quite fine. Yeah. Chariot and I'm whipping. I whip it like a new slave, the rose is different. Whip a devil for fun cause he looks suspicious. Can't take the heat, we'll get your pussy ass off my list. Remember the days of old, could've booked the vision. I got a penny in my pocket, so I can't afford to skip it. Can't afford to forget it. Affected by it, me and my niggas. Dear Lord, let me get them, okay. In my chariot, I pick you up from uptown. Uptown. Hey, niggas swear they gotta hit, we'll batter up now. Up now. But we are not the same. I'm a priest in private, okay.
You already know we preach the prophets of the Lord. It's only us and nobody else, man. We waiting on them chariots. Scoop up all my niggas. This is One West. You know who we are.
Ooh, 27 Club.
All right, gang, let's really nail it this time. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Florida Lee on my top, this a Saints hat. This the third can't be been in, he a J-Cat. Nigga tryna steal the sauce, yeah, I hate that. But I ain't make the rules, I can't change that. New bottle, new wine, yeah, I can't crack. Look, flag on the play, they grabbing face masks. Niggas always saving hoes where your cape at. The only killer that you know without no face tag. Hell yeah, my bitch bad, Proverbs 31, yeah. This is not a drill, I be 30'd up, yeah. He about to crack the sky, you better hurry up. It's all bad when you see us hang that jersey up. It's mad brick, I got the blick with my cover on. He a fed, he a op, got his cover blown. Look, I'm really outside without no scully on. It's One West, bitch, I'm on with my brothers on. He got ranked, then he left, he broke another oath. I got the plate, we about to take another zone. They was sleeping on the team, now they comatose. Left his brother out to dry, I guess he wanna fold. Put the oil on his head, that's another soul. I try to tell him we a pro, don't do this shit at home. She unhappy, left her man, she a 304. He try to justify that shit, he broke the penal code. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this Isupk ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Gotta watch Watch these niggas, they be cointel. LeBron ain't never killed nobody, but I know he will. It's on me, yeah, where I go, yeah, that's the holy seal. My niggas itching when it's up, you better not touch a chair. Ooh, I'm with the extra, that's off the back. He ain't loyal to his brothers, how you follow that? She either working with her hands or she off her bag. Broke bitches, yeah, they done that give me a heart attack. You see the banner, but my head, I'm a part of that. These niggas cowards, pussies, we don't want no parts in that. They let our warrior out of prison, he ain't going back. And don't be speaking on the truth, cause we with all of that. Look, before they started dissing, they was fans first. You will never catch me digging in no man purse. Really put my brick in, that's why my hands hurt. And don't be speaking bullshit, that make my head hurt. Look, I done burn my fingers from the Michael Drake. For the brotherhood, I done threw my life away. I never see him, tell him come out from their hiding place. We can't do it, we told them we gon' find a way. They rather march 1,000 deep, we rather feed the people. They wouldn't put on all black, now he reading Hebrew. UPK the standard if you speak on Hebrew. Don't think they solid, get with them niggas just gon' leave you. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hellstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship.
Hey, Shalom, Israel. This the MILWAUKEE. Clap it up. Hey, Shalom, Israel. This the Isupk coming out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. I'm the commanding General Yohana. We are not affiliated with no Israelite group, period, for obvious reasons. You know what I'm saying? Since 1969, we've been teaching the Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians that we are the true Jews of the Bible. We are the Israelites of the Bible, God's chosen people. You know what I'm saying? And amongst other things that we teach is don't get caught up in America's BS, man. They try to throw you in the loops in any and every way. You know what I'm saying? They gonna try to corrupt your children and corrupt your mind. You know what I'm saying? And that's an everyday thing. They come up with new ways to, disrupt you and get you off your path of reading the Bible. You know what I'm saying? Or of being a separate people than everybody else. You know what I'm saying? Their main objective is to get you to be in a mindset of monkey see, monkey do. You know what I'm saying? Well, they doing it, I should be able to do it. Or, well, they doing it, what's wrong with me doing it? You know what I'm saying? That's the main thing that America wants you to the way that America wants you to adopt is monkey see, monkey do. You know what I'm saying? And that's totally against the Bible, right? We're supposed to be a separate people. You know, that's the main thing, is to be separate. You know what I'm saying? And the so-called the white man is such a diabolical beast that he comes with like he has clever ways of throwing little subtle things out there to make you that's like a trend to get you to do it, whether it be men dressing up as women and thinking that it's funny, like a funny thing, you know what I'm saying? Or little skits of women being masculine or ruling over a man, you know what I'm saying? And that's subconsciously getting in your head, and now you want it to be your turn. Now you want to throw on the dress. Now you want your woman to rule over you, but that's against the Bible. You know what I'm saying? In the Bible, it's a biblical order. It's Yahweh, Yahushua, man, woman, and child. You know, that's the biblical order that we should follow, and we can't go wrong with that. You know, I often hear people that say, well, the white man wrote the Bible, or either the Bible is so outdated. But if we actually look and read and apply the things that's in the Bible, then we would, you know what I'm saying, be on top of it, be the number one people ruling this earth. You know what I'm saying? The Bible says, when when Esau rules, the people mourn. But when Jacob's going to rule, the people are going to be are going to rejoice. You know what I'm saying? Because we are a fair, you know what I'm saying? What's the word I'm looking for? Just, you know what I'm saying? We don't, we not, when we rule, we're not going to do the diabolical things that the so-called white man do just to rule. You know, he rules with fear. You know what I'm saying? We're going to rule with respect and order. You know what I'm saying? Things need to be put in order and perspective. You know, you can't just, you know, rule with fear, and ain't nobody going to like you at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? It ain't nobody gonna want to follow the rules, you know what I'm saying? In the Bible, it's not hard to follow rules. Like I always say, in any and everything, there's rules. There's rules to life. So why wouldn't you want to follow the rule that can get you on the good side of Christ? You know what I'm saying? You'll follow the rules of a gang all day to get you on the good side of the leader of the gang, but when it comes to following Christ and doing righteous things of the Bible, you say, man, that's old. That's a book, right? I want to start off by I want to speak about, you know, all the war has kicking off. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk about this class is going to mainly be about how America was never for us and how it always either bombed us or destroyed our cities. The ones that when we finally was able to break away and separate from these people, you know what I'm saying? They bombed us, or somehow these cities got torn down and demolished, and maybe a national park was built over it, a river, you know what I'm saying? Things of that nature, you know what I'm saying? Just to let you know that when America finally, you know, because again, and it's another thing too, people don't believe that they're in war until America announces it. You know what I'm saying? Until they see it on the news. Oh, they said we in the war, but we've been in the war ever since we touched the shores of this place. You know, the so-called white man been trying to tear us down from small children all the way up in the mind, physically, mentally, and spiritually. You know what I'm saying? They got us to follow their ways, which is Christianity, you know, amongst other things, being Muslim, like Officer 1000 yesterday, Lakum Yala, Egyptology. You know what I'm saying? And they can look right in the Bible. We did so much to get away from Egypt that it's so messed up to me that you still want to be a part of Egyptology. Like as many things as went on there is going on here as well, as far as not being able to break away from the things that they deem right. You know, the Bible says, who call good bad and bad good? They call the bad things good here. You know what I'm saying? They say, man, love is love. They allow these things, and then they pump it and then look at you like you don't support homosexuality and lesbianism. They shame you for not being a part of it or for not being okay with it. You know what I'm saying? That alone should show you that this place is not for us. We shouldn't be joining their armies. We shouldn't be joining their fight, calling ourselves American, right? Hanging their flags, right? When they hung their flags, when the world wars and they hung their flags, where was we at? We was in slavery. You know what I'm saying? They didn't have us in mind when they hang. They just wanted themselves to be on top. You know, I want if y'all could get Deuteronomy chapter 28:68, because at the end of the day, these people are definitely our enemies. So you don't want to fight for them. You don't want to be shoulder to shoulder with them in any type of battle, because they fight for their reasons. They got different reasons than us to fight. We fight for survival. You know what I'm saying? We fight because we have to fight. Right? They just fighting and doing stuff because they power hungry. Anything they do is to get more power and more power and more power. Right? They say America is the superpower of the universe, which I don't know who is. Russia, China, America, they all the same to me. Right? I said Deuteronomy chapter 28, 68. You got it? Hold on one time. All right, read that.
This book of Deuteronomy 28, verse 68.
Mm-hmm.
And the Lord shall bring thee into Egypt again with ships.
Stop right there. Now, the word Egypt, right? We all know by now that the word Egypt means bondage, right? Bondage is, it speaks for itself. If you don't know the definition of bondage, look that definition up. You know what I'm saying? Keep going.
Come. By the way,
hot.
Whereof I say unto thee,
Keep going.
thou shalt see it no more again.
We haven't seen our homeland since we've been brought into the first Egypt. Keep going.
And there ye shall be sold unto your enemies for bondage.
Slow it down. Say it again. Ye shall be sold to who?
Ye shall be sold unto your enemies.
Ye shall be sold to who?
To your enemies.
Stop right there. Now, how come the Bible says you shall be sold to your enemies, but today we think these people are we all human? It's the human race, right? Why is that? Why do you think that is? Go ahead. I said, okay, so you see how the Bible says ye shall be sold unto your enemies, right? Okay, so why today do they put in your head we it's all the human race, right? We all human, we all bleed blood. You know, they basically saying we all the same. Why do you think that is? Exactly. It's a little bit more, but you on to the right track. You know what I'm saying? They absolutely trying to deceive us and trick us. But why? That's the first half of it. That's the first half that I'm looking for. What's the second half?
Get us further from God.
Not quite. Let the young trooper try.
Because they want us to think that they're like us and we're all one people.
Not quite. So I'm gonna help you out real quick. They want us to forget. They want us to forget all the diabolical things that they've done to us, all the lynchings, and they put it in movies. How can you forget see, that's how ignorant and stupid the white man is. How you gonna put stuff in movies like that and expect us to forget all the things that you've done? They want us to forget and say, well, they want us to say, well, what about them? They're not savable. We can't salvage what they did. We should be forgiving them, right? When whatever happened to them, the Holocaust, whatever, they haven't forgiven Hitler, have they? And the Holocaust was not even in the States. It was not even in the United States. So how did that make it over here to where they're getting reparations for that? Because they diabolical. They want us to forget the things that they've done to us, but not forget the things that happened to them that wasn't even over there, and we wasn't even a part of that. You know what I'm saying? They want us to support the Holocaust survivor victims, when I think the last couple of survivors passed away a couple of years ago, I think. Right? But they continue to bring that up. You know what I'm saying? Even though, you know, some of us, most of us on this earth we have grannies and great grandmas who's 100+ years old. They was alive during these slavery times and these Jim Crow times, right? So how could we forget about that when these things actually happen to us? The Jim Crow. If you ever seen somebody, or you ever have a friend in school that's from like Mississippi or the South, you know what I'm saying, somewhere south, Arkansas, down there, it was segregation. You can dang near ask them about segregation because they grannies don't let them forget, because they was a part of it. You know, they 99, 100, 80 something. They was a part of these things in the United States. So that was the second part of it. They want you to forget what they've done to you. You know what I'm saying? They want you to forget how careless, reckless they treated your ancestors' lives. You know what I'm saying? They was hung on these trees, man. They was drugged by trucks. If you ever seen thing like little movies, namely like Mississippi Burning, Ruby Bridges, all these type of old movies, they give you an idea of how the South was, right? Reckless. But yeah, that second part is they want you to forget, man. But then they tell you, don't forget about our oppression. They say, don't forget about 9/11. Oh, but you're still talking about slavery? That was so long ago. Yeah, but my granny, my great grandpops, they still alive. They 199, 95. How can I forget when these people went through that? They tell me stories, which gets me angry, even more angry. Like, how could I forget about that? These people still alive, right? Is it any more on that? Keep going.
For bondmen and bondwomen.
Don't we work every day? Do we have a choice? Do we have a choice to work, or do we have to work to survive? Who's living on here? Who is living in America for free? Go ahead. Get the mic.
The white man.
Give him a hand, because that's an absolutely correct answer. He's living off inheritance, money that's just given to them. You know, if you, like, I wouldn't expect y'all to know, right? But these prissy little white people who go to these prestigious schools that you have to pay for, they've never seen the face of poverty before. So they don't know what it is. They can't feel what you go through. They can't feel what you go through because they don't know what poverty is. They don't know what, you know what I'm saying, going without food for a day is, or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Because they got inheritance from stolen land, stolen money. You know what I'm saying? They don't know about that. But you do. You know what I'm saying? That's the reason why we have to separate from these people. We not the same at all. If somebody ever try to tell you that we is all the human race, this is how you break it down. Well, didn't the Lord create everything different? Like let's break it down to all the way to the oldest, to the most simplest breakdown that I've heard. Right? You know it's felines, right? The cat family. Are all cats the same? Right? You got some cats that can climb trees. You got some cats that grow bigger than others. Right? Some cats roll along. I mean, felines. Cats are felines. Y'all know what I'm talking about, right? You got panthers, tigers, lions. They all cats, but are they the same? Exactly. So how, when it comes to the human race, that we all the same? That's because they want you to have sympathy for them when it's that time. Salakia, my language, to put some death on this earth. When Yahushua come back. I mean, yeah, when Yahushua come back, when it's time, they gonna want you to feel that sympathy for them when they didn't feel that sympathy for you. You get what I'm talking about? And they put themselves in higher positions. You know, they still have your life in their hands when it comes to the court system, the police system. You know what I'm saying? They unalive you and then say, well, I felt threatened. It didn't get no charges. We can get that. They hold, matter of fact, let's get that real quick. They hold themselves not guilty. I'm just trying to paint a picture of how what's going on right now and today. It's always been there, right? Even long ago when an angry mob stormed the jail and demand that the police give I don't want to say a fugitive, a black man over to them just so they can hang him down the street somewhere on a light pole. You know what I'm saying? Them type of people still alive to this day, whether you believe it or not, right? But let's get that real quick. Dang, what was I getting? They hold themselves not guilty. So like, the book of Zechariah. Get the book of Zechariah. Because that's that's the same thing that's going on today. I just want to put that in your mind. You know, you can never trust thine enemy. The Bible says you shall be sold to your enemy. Who was your enemy? I mean, who were you sold to? They gonna forever be, I know you know, but they gonna forever be your enemy. You know, it's not a time where they did something fair on this earth. They tricked the Native Indians out of land. They killed buffalo, like a whole 100,000 of them, gave them smallpox, said we're going to honor these treaties. It didn't honor not one of them. Fast forward to this day. Well, they get less time. If we commit the same crime, best believe we getting 25 years to life. And they getting 10 years for the same crime. That's wild. But I said Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. It's like, so you say you're going to read it?
Zechariah chapter 11, verse 5. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty.
Right there. Whose possessors slay them and hold themselves not guilty. You know what I'm saying? That happens all the time. Come, I'm trying to tell you to come here and give me this right here. The whole thing. Give me the whole thing. Yeah. The possessor slay them and hold themselves not guilty. How many times is they gonna get the public in an uproar for not guilty verdicts? We can see these type of things happening on camera, and we can visibly see that this police officer, or you know, even a regular white man or a white woman, we can see these people is all the way in the wrong, but then they still get held not guilty or a lesser time. Or plead to a lesser charge. You know, they slay us and hold themselves not guilty. Keep going.
And they that sell them say, blessed be the Lord, for I am rich.
This is how they run America, with money, right? They say I'm blessed by the Lord, right? They say when they get off, they say thank you, God. When the Lord already told us that these are the people that's gonna be ruling over us because of what we didn't do, which is follow his law, statutes, and commandments. They say thank you, God, when they get off with murdering us on camera, Salaki, unaliving us, right? And they say thank you, God. We's not serving the same God. And that's it on that.
And their own shepherds pity them not.
Right. That's the thing as well. The people that's the jury usually often is all white. The court, the judge is white. The defendant's lawyer is white. It's most likely a public defender anyway, because most of us ain't got the money like that to pay for a prestigious lawyer, right? The prosecutor is white. Everybody is favors them. You know what I'm saying? But we was just watching this earlier today when I can't remember his name. It was a white police officer lady. She went into a man's apartment thinking that it was hers. Now you know what apartment is yours and which one is not. Long story short, she only got 10 years for unaliving somebody in their apartment.
Salaki.
Con.
That was Ahmaud Arbery, and that happened in Texas.
Ahmaud Arbery. You know, you as a kid, right? You know what apartment is yours is not, and which one is not, right? So that's a ridiculous thing to say. And then what was her plea? Not guilty. When you're clearly guilty. Okay, what about Salakia, sir? You good on the strong? Back there? All right. Yeah, clearly though, on camera, and they still say I'm not guilty. Con.
Well, they did to that one sister. Sorry, I can't remember her name.
From the army.
Slacky?
Was she former army woman?
No, it was kind of her older sister in her apartment. She thought that someone was breaking into her.
Oh yeah, with the water. You talking about with the water?
Yeah.
I can't remember.
Imagine,
Yeah, I think so.
imagine something like that is blocking for her name property, but how they came in there
Mm-hmm.
because he called them
Right, to help.
to help. And she didn't like the spirit on dude, so she said that she rebuked him in the name of Yahweh.
Mm-hmm.
And that hurt his feelings. So what did he do in response to her saying some words that hurt his feelings? Better get down on the ground, pull out his gun, and then bust him in the head.
And this lets you know, man, that these people really not here to protect or serve you. They here to protect and serve their own kind, right? This is a defenseless. This is a woman calling somebody who's supposed to come to her house to help her. And what did they do? They helped her to her grave. This is why the Isupk is so important, man, because you can call us. We ain't gonna unalive you. You know, we're not gonna come to your house. If you call for help, you know, and that's often most of the, if y'all never heard that statistic before, a statistic of this is a sidebar. Women like are the top owners of homes. The dang is the dang, what am I trying to say? Women are the most the most owners of homes since like 2003 or something like that. So these are women in homes alone. So if they call police, it's definitely there to help they're scared. And what can one woman do to two grown men with guns, with a utility belt? They got batons, they got all kind of weapons on their belt. Taser. Like, you was that scared of one woman that you had to shoot her in the head and then go to court and say, I plead not guilty. How was she threatening your life?
Salaki, if I could.
Con.
Also, think about how messed up in the head that we are as a people, to where we feel like when we're afraid, we have to call on the white man,
right,
instead of going to our brothers and sisters.
Right.
That sister would still be alive if there was men in her neighborhood, that black and Hispanic men that could actually watch the neighborhood.
Right.
She could call on them instead of calling on the devil. So
right.
She found out who the devil was.
Absolutely. And I wonder if you can, when you call the police, I wonder if you can request a black officer. Can you do that? Can you request? I want 2 black officers. Don't send no white people here, because, you know, that's a thing. That's a thing. I mean, that's a thing to think about. Can you request some people that look like you to come help you or come protect you? 10 times out of 10, you call Isupk, somebody that look like you is gonna come help you and is gonna protect you. We're not gonna jump the gun. Salaki, sir. I got a call real quick. Salaki. Salam alaikum. Yeah, I'm in class. Teach class. Yeah, Con. All right. Come. All right. Show him. Okay. This is why that we have to separate. You know, just think about it. In the 60s, 50s, when we knew who the enemy was, we was doing much better. We wasn't confused. We wasn't trying to be what we weren't trying to do what they do. You know that cross-dressing stuff come from the white man. Did you know that transgender stuff comes from white men? Exactly. So in the 50s, 60s, we wasn't trying to, when we knew who the enemy was, when we were separate, you know, it was a lot better. But who came and messed that all up? Who do they teach y'all about in the schools today? Think about it. Black History Month, right? Who is the main dude they teach you about Black History Month? Go ahead. Who had the hand up first? Go ahead. Got the mic back there. The mic back there. Go get the mic, man.
Martin Luther King.
There you go. Martin Luther. And come to find out, that's not even his real name if you want to really dig deep and research with that. But he the one who fought for us to integrate. You know, if I could say one thing to the older generation back in the 60s and in the 70s, I would say don't try to go to these white schools. Just stay with the black schools, you know what I'm saying? Stay no, because we knew who the enemy. If you ever seen any old interview from a young black woman, a young black man, they knew that the white man was the devil. They knew, but they thought Martin Luther King was the great savior of all. And they followed him right into the burning building, and now here we is today. Segregated. We don't know who the enemy is. We think we can save them. We always ask, well, what about them? Well, what about them? I know I'm the chosen people, right? We know we the chosen people, but what about them? You mean what about the people who did all those things to you and put it in a movie and made profit off of it? You talking about the people who slay you and hold themselves not guilty in the court and get off, have us up in the uproar. We was watching something earlier when the dude had hugged the police officer who shot his brother dead. Botham John. Is it Botham? Botham. That's a psychological problem. We shouldn't. This is our enemy. You killed. I should be trying to. I don't want to say it, but seek some revenge on you. Was it not hugging you? Because the revenge is the Lord. So I don't want to say seek revenge, but giving you some kind of side eye, not liking you, not anything but trying to make peace with you. Because what did my brother do? He didn't do anything. He was in his apartment. You talking about you felt threatened in his apartment. I didn't let you in here. Crazy work, man. But Salaki, sir, was that the end on that? All right, the water. Yeah, let's move on, man, because I want to I want to bring out how many times that if you could, sir, pull up how many times we did separate from America and how many times America tore us down for it. You know, it's something about the so-called white man that he just got to cling to us for some reason. He's trying to stay close to us. You know what I'm saying? We try to separate. He tear the cities down that we separate. Then build water parks. I mean, rivers and cities over mass graves, right? I think, if I'm not mistaken, the first bombing was on U.S. soil against us. What was that? Was that Tulsa? Tulsa, Oklahoma. We didn't have no access to no planes. We didn't have no access to our own planes. We maybe was able to, catch a flight here and there, maybe. but we didn't have access to our own little airstrips, bombs, and stuff like that. This is how diabolical the white man is. He'll do that, and then 40 years later, 50 years later, are y'all still mad about that? Of course we are. We never got justice for it. It's injustices that happen and still happening to this day. But they tell us to forget about that, man. Let's kumbaya. You know what I'm saying? Let's go camping. Right? Crazy. You know what I'm saying? Then what about black on black crime? We ain't talking about black on black crime at this moment. We're talking about you trying to cling to us every time we separate. Thanks, Lockie. I forgot to pull up look on the laptop. Bring up the laptop. But is it up there? Is it up there, y'all?
Con.
If you could, Salakia, sir, is there any articles that you can read about Tulsa?
Salakia, I have to find Tulsa. I have all the black towns in America before the civil rights movement.
Okay.
Hundreds of black towns, also known as freedom towns, or all black towns, were established throughout the United States, particularly during the Reconstruction era and the early 20th century. These communities offered black Americans a refuge from widespread racial discrimination and violence.
Stop right there if you could, sir. Salakia. Man, just to sum up what the Ottawa was talking about. Freedom towns, right? Every time we tried to break off, do our own thing, we ain't even go on the offense against them. We didn't harm them. We didn't plot. We didn't even plot against them. No revenge, none of that, right? They still resorted, like they hated us so much, and still to this day, you think that hate is over with? Till this day, they take crafty counsel. They think of ways to disrupt us, to turn us upside down, right? As parents, our job is to shield y'all from certain things before we don't want y'all to see certain things until y'all get old enough. But the so-called white man, he gonna throw that rock. Hey, look at this. He's gonna disrupt our guidance. He's gonna disrupt it and say, man, look at this. It's on the phone. You got access to this real car. It's a push of a button. Unless you got certain restrictions on your phone, you're gonna see some stuff you're not supposed to see at this age. Why are you looking like that? You don't want restrictions on your phone? You shouldn't see certain things as a child. Did you know that? Did you know that? You thought you were just free to see whatever and anything at any time, huh? It's okay to say it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's a tool that the so-called white man, he wants you to feel like, man, I should be able to see anything, right? I should be able to do anything, but that's not the case, right? Your eyes shouldn't see certain things until you're a certain age, right? Do you believe that? No, you don't. That's why you're looking at me like that. Hey, it's like a trooper. Grab limitations. Limitations 4 and 18. Is there some strong back there? Salakia, sir. Is it too hard if you grab something? Pour it up in this. But that's the job of a parent, right? You only what? You about to be 13? You shouldn't see certain things. You think you should be able to see any and everything? That's gonna make you grow up too quick. That's gonna make you start wanting certain things. That's gonna mature your mind to beyond. No, I don't know that. That's gonna mature your mind to beyond the child. Now you're gonna be expected to do. As soon as you commit an act or whatever that shows that you're not a child anymore, you're going to be looked at as an adult now. And all that childish stuff, all the stuff that you want to be as a child is going to be out the window because you know what I'm saying, you done committed something that you wasn't supposed to commit at this age. That's our job, to protect your eyes, to protect your mind. You know, but as all the kids is curious, right? You just have to be curious in the right area. Like, be curious to knowledge. Be curious to know who you are as a person, as a people, right? If I was to ask you, are you American? What would you say? Huh? Use a mic. Are you American?
No.
What are you?
Israeli.
this man said Israeli. Slovakia. That was funny. Hold on. You want to give it another try? Hold on. I know you know, Trooper Man. I know you know, but he's a young man. Let's let the young man get the answer. Come on now, you can guess. It's all good. You know, it's a class. It's learning. It's learning.
Jew.
There you go. But what's your nationality? I mean, you know, you on to it. That's the absolute correct answer. But you're not Israeli. It's a difference between Israeli and Israelites.
Oh. You're
an Israelite. Now let me ask you one more question, right? And then we're gonna move on to limitations, right? How do you know that you're an Israelite?
Salakia.
Khan, sir.
I got the definition of Israeli and what Israeli is on the screen for the young man.
Khan, if it's Tawab, I want the young man to read the definition of Israeli. It should be on the screen. Because it's important that you know the difference, right? We're not Israeli. I know you took a guess at it, you know, but it's important that you know the difference just in case somebody asks you and you're in the world somewhere, somebody say, well, you're black, and they try to say, you're black, you're African American. You know how the little niggas is out here. They what you say it is, but until you stand up and say, man, I'm not that. Do I look African? And this is quick. Do I look African? And then you break it down. But it's a definition on the screen. Read the definition of Israeli. What's this, Vodka?
The term of Israeli by context refuse the.
Read it louder. Read it louder.
The term of Israeli by context refused to the city of the model state of Israel, regardless of
Salakia, regardless
of them being Jewish, Iraqi,
Arabs,
or any other technical identity.
Mom, you ain't gotta help them, Mom. Let them struggle through it. But Israeli is the people that's in Israel right now. Are we in Israel right now? Does the Bible say anything about an Israeli? It talks about the Israelites, right? Now, this is my last question, then we're gonna move on to Lamentations, right? How do you know that you're an Israelite?
The Bible speaks of the 12 tribes of Israel.
No, this is your personal thing, right? This is how do you know?
The Bible talks about.
Not the Bible. You can't. I mean, the Bible does say. What does the Bible say?
It says,
you may be known by the house of your father. So how do you know that you're an Israelite?
My father black.
There you go. Give him a hand. It took a while to get there. Because your father is Israel. Is your father African?
No.
So and then that's how you further know. It's an intricate thing that America does, right? America gonna say you're African American. America is never gonna put Israelite on an application. They're never gonna say black, white, you know what I'm saying, African, Hispanic, Israelite. It's never gonna say that because they want you to be confused. They want you to think you're American and African. How can you be two different continents? How can you be two different people? How can you be American and African? You can't. So the only thing how do you know that you're an Israelite is what you said. Because my father is an Israelite. Whether he believes it or not, he's an Israelite. Right? And you know you're not African because why?
I don't like it.
I mean, you got the big nose, you got the big lips. What's up? You African, ain't you? Right? How do you know?
My dad's black.
Your dad's what?
Black.
He's an Israelite, but this is how you know that you're not an African. You don't keep the customs of an African. You don't get your hair peed on. You don't get big lip plates in your lip. Have you ever seen an African, a literal African? They wear sandals with pants. They got a distinctive smell. Their heads is not round, it's square. I might be throwing shots at Africans, but hey, who cares, man? That's how we know. That's how we distinct ourselves from African and from being an Israelite, God's chosen people. Because, and also the Bible says a man may be known by his look, right? You know what he looks like, what's his custom, what is he wearing, right? No, I ain't gonna say that in class. I might get you after class about that, but you know, they got a distinctive, they are distinctive, right? They wear dashikis, the orange, the green. What's dashiki? The little things that they wear. I'm not sure if you ever seen a real African. Cap got a lot of real Africans around his house. If y'all ever walked around a block or two, there's some Africans over there. But even they know that they're not American. They're not Israelites. But let's drop that though. We can talk more about it, right? Good, let's go. You gave all the right answers, man. You good. And I don't know why you looking like that because you're looking ugly. But you got limitations. Okay, now Stalaki, sir, if you could put Tulsa and all that stuff back up on the screen. Those black freedom cities. Oh, limitations 4, verse 18. All right, hold that real quick. Let me just give a little. Now back to the subject at hand, which is these people can't leave us alone, right? We established many cities around America trying to separate from these people, trying to do our own thing, right? And we were successful. We had hospitals, movie theaters, entertainment, you know what I'm saying, safe neighborhoods where, you know, kids can ride their bike not worrying about being captured and kidnapped and lynched and you know what I'm saying, things of that nature. Safe environments. They didn't like that. Why they didn't like that? Because we were progressing more than they anticipated. You know what I'm saying? They always looked at themselves as a police type of people. We got to see what you're doing. That's why it's a thing called Karens today. They always in your business. You could be barbecuing at a park for whatever reason. It's just a hot day out, so I want to go barbecue. A Karen gonna come, and a Karen is code for a nosy white woman, right? She gonna come and say, "Do y'all have a permit? I'm calling the police." Getting the whole argument with you, being all in your business, being no, why you even over here? Who invited this lady, right? Who told her that it was cool to come say anything? They always looked at themselves as a monitor type of. They gonna come see what's going on. It could be an all black event over here. You're gonna see one white person come. Oh, I just came to see going on. That's just like, if I could, Sir Salakia, that's just like Hebrew Academy, the last day of Hebrew Academy. We doing our shit, Salakia for the language. White people just gotta come. We just came to see what's going on. We didn't invite you. What do you want to know what's going on for? Salakia, what do you want to know what's going on? They just gotta be nosy. They can't leave us to our own devices. If we get too much above them, or if we looking like we finna pass them up in any kind of way, they're gonna shut it down. They're gonna bomb it. They're gonna have you arrested. They're gonna, they feel like they're the monitors of America for some reason, right? Let's read limitation. Before you read that, let me say one more thing. It's so important, man, to know the reason that they doing these things, right? This is the reason what he about to read, because they can't leave it. They don't want us to pass them up, but we're gonna pass them up, whether they like it or not. We're gonna be rulers of the earth, and it's gonna be righteous, right? We're gonna live by the law, statutes, and commandments, which is righteous. And this time, you know what I'm saying, we're going to keep living by the law, statutes, and commandments, right? Because here in the Isupk, we want to get out of this place. We sick of what's going on. We sick of where we living in poverty, paycheck to paycheck. You know what I'm saying? We sick of this, right? It's going to happen sooner than you think. Right. And y'all two niggas, little niggas, y'all going to see it in y'all lifetime, which is a blessing, right? Read what you got.
It's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They what?
They hunt our steps.
That's what I was just talking about. And it's clear to see. You can see clips of it on you know what I'm saying, YouTube, Reels, Instagram. It's always a Karen story that happens. Even old men. Well, I think old men got the picture. I'm not gonna lie to you. I think old men got the picture because mostly it's Karens or women who invade privacy. Old men know that it's consequence. A nigga will come knock your head off. But since you're a woman, we're gonna let you talk your stuff, right? And we ain't gonna do anything to the woman. But a man, you better mind your business. What they call they got Karens for a woman, but what do they call the men? Kevins. Right. I think it's Aaron. Might be Aaron. Karen and Aaron.
I don't want to put that on Levi.
Oh, right. And Kevin, I know some black Kevins. Yeah. I don't know, but the reason why it's a name of Karen, because the women usually the ones who's nosy about everything. They want to come see what's going on, because the men know that it could be some consequences. You go over here messing with these group of Puerto Ricans, these group of Mexicans, these group of black people. It's some Puerto Ricans. In the back of their mind, they got what's the boat thing? Montgomery Brawl. They got the Montgomery Brawl in the back of their head. That should be plastered for Black History Month. That's a real event right there. It's like, oh, that was me neither. Yeah, that was on Juneteenth. I think it was Montgomery Brawl. Have you two young brothers seen that? That's something y'all should be looking at. Now that's something that I do condone y'all doing your research on, the Montgomery Brawl, because black man just trying to do his job, Y'all can't park y'all boat here. Some unruly white people, you know, white people get reckless when they get drunken. Like they don't care about pain. They don't care about any type of consequence. They wake up in jail. What happened? Right? So black man just trying to do his job. Y'all can't park here. A brawl breaks out. Long story short, right? But read what you got one more time. They hunt our steps. Start right there again, because this is absolutely true. We can't do nothing by ourselves. We started the ABA. What happened? The NBA bought it. We started the the baseball league. The
Negro League.
The Negro League. What happened? Is it still a Negro League? The MLB bought it out. We can't do nothing. Right? Read what you got, man.
Come on. Verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps.
That we cannot go in our streets.
That's what I was just talking about. Either barbecues. We could be playing baseball at the local park baseball field. It's going to be one white. I just wanted to come see what y'all were doing. It's obvious what we're doing. You're not a part of this. That's crazy, right? I'm saying all of this to say what's going on in America. Was it Iran or Iraq bombing some shit? We not a part. We shouldn't be a part of that. That's not our fight. We've been fighting in America, Salakia, since we came here. This is our fight in America. And I hate to, I don't want to say because he's a brother, he just got caught up into the Islamic thing. But Muhammad Ali, some of his speeches was correct. When he was saying Blue Jays hang with Blue Jays, Robins hang with Robins, why black people can't be with black people? And you white people will stay over there with your white people. Why y'all always trying to be over here with us? Because we set the trends. We the most hip. Our food is the best. We can dance better, run faster, jump higher, stronger. Anything you can think of. And that's not just black people. That's Hispanics and Native Americans. You ever tasted Native American food? They cook bison and if you haven't had bison, you know what I'm saying? They some like I don't know, but I want to say they right under Esau with the hunting. Because they hunt some deer, they hunt some bison, right? And this is why I say, you know what I'm saying, this is what America is going through as far as bombing this and that. That's not our fight. Our fight always been here in America. We always fought. We never stop fighting. We never stop fighting against people who y'all want to integrate with, who Martin Luther King said, one day I have a dream, right? We never stop fighting against these people. We should have that in our mind to separate. Because who's going to look out for us? Us. They ain't looking out for us. They looking at a way to profit from us. Oh, you can throw a football good? Oh, you fast on the track? You can play, you want to play soccer? Man, come sign this contract, man. They want you to, you know what I'm saying? They here to profit off you. That's why this war that's going on, we shouldn't be on America's side. America was never on our side. Ever since we touched down again, we've been fighting these people because the Bible said we shall be sold to our enemies. These are our enemies. So why so many years later do y'all think that, oh, they cool? We can be in their leagues. It's a reason why it's contracts. You would think, man, I can do this so good. I don't need a contract. Just pay me this. You know what I'm saying? Pay me that. We should be good. No. Because if I give you this 65 million, you can't talk about politics. You can't talk about the parties you go to. You can't talk about the things that you see in these $1 million parties. Y'all thought P. Diddy was the only one? No, they got athletes in these parties too. Right? Have you ever seen Any Given Sunday? I got that movie if y'all ever want to watch it, but those parties are real. You got drugs being done over here, you got prostitution being done over here, you got indeviant stuff being done, and that's with athletes. Just imagine how many athletes in this. I'm talking white. You didn't hear no white people being caught up in no type of sex scandal as far as Diddy parties. You'll never hear of Brad Pitt parties. You'll never hear of Weinstein parties. You heard of Epstein. Have you ever heard of Epstein? They don't talk about that no more. Why? Because they want you to focus on Diddy. Oh, Diddy was the most diabolical man, but Epstein had an island full of kids doing God knows what. They don't see that. Why? They don't see that as whatever. Because why? Because he's not black. They want you to be seen as you a sexual deviant. Oh, you can play sports good. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Come throw this football for me. I'll give you 2.3 million. But it's restrictions. You can't say this, you can't say that. This is why we have to separate from America. America doesn't only looks at us as profit, only looks at us as cattle, sheep. You know what I'm saying? Monkey see, monkey do. They're going to get you to do the next TikTok dance, 100 million views. But they're not going to send you a check for it. But they're going to make you make something popular. Because all other nations outside of the Israelites, they think we're cool. They know we're cool. So they're going to wear baggy pants. They're going to wear the jerseys with the snapbacks to look like us. Read what you got one more time from the top.
Come. This is the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps.
They hunt our steps.
That we cannot go in our streets.
That we cannot go in our streets. They're going to look at us, man. and even, and we was just talking about this the other day, even the little fire hydrant thing, right? We haven't seen that. I haven't seen that since I was about in my 20s or something. I'm 30s, in my 30s. Maybe one time. But who's going to come looking around? You got the Karen. Oh, I just want to come see what's going on. Did nobody invite you, Karen? And them moving in our neighborhoods is strategic too. So they can make you say, oh, they okay. That family okay. They're going to say, oh, he can say nigga, even though he's white. How can he say nigga? Just because he live over here? No. You say that, you getting beat down, squash. Or that's how the old days was. Now they want you to be cool. He can say nigga. They even got you inviting them to the cookouts. These hypothetical cookouts. They invited to why? Because he could sing good, because he could dance good, because he know an NWA song. Man, this is your enemy. He ain't invited to nothing we got going on. Because his people hunt our steps. That we cannot go in our streets. Like I said, they come to all barbecues, anything we got going on. I remember last year, the Midwest Fire Weekend in Detroit? White people came to that. I just want to see what's going on. You got to stay on the outskirts because y'all not invited to what we got going on. But you always going to have that. We just want to come see what's going on because they want to, you know what I'm saying? They want to put it in your head. Well, what about them? What about them? They can stay with their people. We can stay with our people. What did we read before this? They hold themselves not guilty. Anything they do, you know what I'm saying, can possibly get us messed up, and they only get, 5 years of probation or something for the same crime. We get 5 years in prison. They get 5 years of probation. And these sayings that my mama used to teach me, man, if she can't use your comb, don't bring her home. I don't even know. It was in my head in kindergarten. This little white girl used to try to sit by me every day. I used to beat her down. I didn't know why. I didn't know why I was doing this. The assistant used to have to hold me in the pretzel form. Hold me, because I was just going berserk. Why is she trying to sleep by me? You know, in kindergarten, you take naps and stuff like that. Why is she trying to sleep by me? I do not like this lady I don't even know why I was doing it. But don't like me, because it's something in my spirit is not sitting right. When you come by me, I just go berserk. That's because we not the same. So this war that's going on, we shouldn't join in on America's side, because America never fought on our behalf. They tax us. Our rent go up. You know what I'm saying? For no reason. They ain't putting no extra amenities in here. We're not getting and that's the thing too. You know, you got the Black Fridays. We don't get rent half off that day. We don't get the electricity bill off that day. But they get electronics and things that you could go buy, even though you can go pay them half off and get stuff half off that day. Even though they still getting the money for it, it's just half off. They got you fighting in grocery stores over tissue. Come on now, y'all. We got to wake up and realize, man, that America is we right where we should be at, fighting for the Mexicans, the Hispanics that's getting deported by ICE, right? And that should let you know as well. They're not deporting no Africans. You know it's Africans over here. They're not deporting no Palestinians. You know it's Palestinians over here from that country. They're not deporting them. Right? They're not deporting no Chinese people, no Hmong people. You know all these people ain't got their green card for real, for real. They're not deporting them. They only deporting our people. That's to let you know even more. Like they do stuff to let you know subliminally, but you got the ignorant people that's on the internet right now. Well, Mexicans, they ain't never did nothing for me. Deport them all. Like why? These are our people. We going through the same things. If we could just bridge that gap, it'll be raps for America. Because we are the tribes that keep this shit going. Sloggy to the men above me for the language. We are the tribes that keep it going. If we were just to stop participating in America, it'll be over within a couple hours. Not even 24 hours, 20 hours. If everybody just say, man, forget America, but then they're gonna attempt to do the Tulsa, Oklahoma thing to us. Attempt to do the Black Wall Street thing to us. But then we know now, we will definitely know. And that's the thing too. This is a sidebar. I think most of us don't believe it's going to happen until it happens. Until something actually knocking on your front door, until something physically happens to you, you're not believing that is. Do you believe that you're in war right now? Why? The news didn't say it. Why you believe that you're in war right now? Did nobody tell you was in war? The news didn't say we're in war, right? Why do you believe it's a wartime right now?
Because
and I like that you think about what you're about to say. Don't just blurt it out, think about it.
Because in LeComb's class, he was talking about World War III and stuff.
Absolutely. The only place you're gonna hear that you're in war is in the Isupk in these classes. If the only way the people outside of these classes gonna believe that they're in war is if the news say it, if the president say it. But we know we've been in war since we came here. But this is the World War III. You know what I'm saying? This is a time to, what we used to say, man, you better start getting your bug out bags ready. You better start, you know what I'm saying, getting jumpsuits and tents, things that you have to prepare for, you know what I'm saying, in case you're going to be in the wilderness, in case we have to travel somewhere where we're uncomfortable at. You know what I'm saying? Get your tents ready. Get things ready for you to survive. So I can. What kind of vodka is that? That's the vodka, Slocky. Skull. Kyle, they got me drinking Skull vodka up here. But have these bug out bags ready, man. Extra bandages. Medic, you know, we know we got ailments. You know, you got a sister that got the allergy medication. Women out there, man, get, and I don't know if it's nasty or not. It may be not because it's natural, but extra tampons, extra things of that nature, because those are the things that y'all might need. What if y'all run out of that? Y'all definitely gonna have to go ask Granny what to use. Granny know, just she run out of that, right? But yeah, you know, just to be prepared for what's going on right now, right? Weapons. You don't want to forget about those. I'm just speaking on things to be prepared for. Just you see what's going on. If you don't watch the news, watch the Isupk. Because the Isupk is better than the news. Because we give you the truth. They're going to give you some watered down BS. They'll maybe, and just maybe, they only give you the truth about the weather. Maybe. Sometimes they lie. They say it was going to rain the other day. It ain't showed a lick of rain. So I don't know if you can trust them about that. But sometimes they right. Right, but just to be prepared, right? When we stress these bug out bags, it's not just to have you financially depleted. It's to be prepared. What if something happened out there right now? We have to get up and go. What would you grab? You better grab some non-perishable food items, some things that you need to survive, like your medicines. You know what I'm saying? Maybe an extra pants or two, boots for sure. And then we out. That's all you got enough time to grab. So it's best to be prepared. Read that one more time. We're going to move on. Salaki.
Come. That's the book of Lamentations, chapter 4, verse 18. They hunt our steps, that we cannot go in our streets. Our end is near.
Say that one more time.
Our end is near.
Man, we can't stress that enough. America kicked it off. We're in it. Did you know that? We're in it. That man hit his asthma pump, bro. He ain't doing nothing. He hit his asthma pump real quick, but we're in it. You know what I'm saying? It can happen any day now. Are you prepared? Not only is it a war going on, the so-called white man see that it's a war going on. So you think he gonna take his foot off your neck just because they got a war going on out there? They just came out with something that they cracking down on tinted windows. Tinted window. You know, some cars come with the tint. That's just another way for them to oppress you, man. This is oppression that we're in. Keep going, brother.
Come. Our days are fulfilled.
That's it?
For our end is come.
That's it?
Come.
Salakia, sir, could you if you could just read the rest of that, what you had on these freedom cities that we had.
Says these communities offer Black Americans a refuge from widespread racial discrimination and violence. allowing them to establish self-sufficient and anonymous lives.
That's what we had. Self-sufficient cities where we had the entertainment, we had gas stations, hospitals, things that we really needed. We was good. All of a sudden, you know, you got the Karen. Oh, he whistled at me. And you know, if you this is the research I want y'all to do. Research what was illegal for black people back in the 40s, 1940s, 30s. You will be shocked. Do you know that it was illegal for you not to give up your seat on the bus? If you wouldn't give up your seat on the bus for a white person, you was going to jail. That's diabolical, ain't it? Crazy. So they think these people. That's why I'm so confused on why they always ask, well, what about the white people? You know how many rules they made against us once we became so-called free? So-called free. You got, just to throw something out there, you got Emmett Till, who was, you know what I'm saying, brutally beaten by grown men. Somebody your age. Brutally beaten by grown men. To later come to find out years later that he didn't really whistle at her. He didn't really do what he was accused of. That happens all the time. But they're gonna throw us in these private prisons for their profit. They're gonna make us sign these contracts for their profit. Right? You're an athlete, you make 80 million. How much you think the owner makes? Crazy. Maybe triple that. You got something you want to say? Maybe triple that, quadruple that. But he's telling you, go on, nigga, jump as high as you can. Right? Jump as high as you can. Hit the weight room. Run. You want to run track? Run as fast as you can. Have you ever heard of anybody owning the Olympics? Have you ever heard of the owner of the Olympics? You're not going to hear about these people. But you're going to hear about the people participating in it, which is most likely Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Who gets the eyes to they're going to make you turn to that channel. They exploit us for their profit. But that's not to discourage y'all from not doing what y'all love. Y'all might love baseball, soccer, basketball. That's not to discourage you. That's to just make you aware, right? Make you aware. You know, I wanted to play basketball once upon a time. The truth in it, I think I'm still the truth in it. Even though I haven't played in about 8 months. I think I still can beat. I think I'm still the best in Israel. Cap, don't tell nobody I said that. You're going to throw the challenge out there. Midwest Fire Weekend. I got Detroit challenging me.
Which is when?
The Midwest Fire Weekend?
Going down?
The Midwest Fire Weekend is going down July 31st to the 3rd. That I encourage all, if you Blacks, Hispanic, or Native American, to be there, man. It's going, this is somewhere where Karen can't penetrate. Karen gonna be on the outskirts of this. You know what I'm saying? She is not coming in here. Now we ain't gonna do them dirty. Like we ain't gonna send a mob of black sisters out there to beat them down. You know what I'm saying? We just gonna let her politely know. That's why I can't stand that we classify it as a hate group. What have we done that's so hateful? Deny somebody entry to something that doesn't involve them? Is that hate? We'll give you a plate of food and then send you on your way. You can't do this because we building over here. What are you doing? Are you a spy? Are you trying to report back? Midwest Fire Weekend, man, July 31st to the 3rd. Gonna be in Chicago this year, man. I encourage y'all, you know what I'm saying, get your stay, your travel right. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be another one. Another one. DJ Khaled voice, another one. You know what I'm saying? I remember just a sidebar too again. The first Midwest Fire weekend I went to was in Chicago. Going down. Going crazy. So much brotherhood, you wouldn't know what to do. We went to the park barbecue. Well, I don't know what's the festival we went to. It was a festival that we went to. We had a booth and everything. They had food vendors out there. You know who it was? Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. I didn't see a white vendor out there. I don't know if they scared. They might be scared. They better be scared of what the Lord is going to pay back them for what they've done. But this is just a bill, you know what I'm saying? Show the community that we here, you know what I'm saying, to uplift you. And at our events like this, it's never you never gonna hear about no fights. You're never gonna hear about no shootouts. You're never gonna hear about, man, that's my girl. You talking to you never gonna hear about none of that. Because we live by the law, statutes, and commandments. If that's your wife, I look at her as a sister. That's my sister. If that's your husband, I look at him as my brother. And if y'all outside of the school, it's still the same. You come here with your your husband or your wife, that's my sister. And that's my brother. We're going to look at them as the same way if they Black, Hispanic, and Native American, because this is only for us. You know what I'm saying? Salaki, and what else I had, man? Because the whole reason I brought all those scriptures out and what I was speaking of is to separate from America. Well, I keep looking at him. That's because he yawning and stuff. I'm looking at you, brother. But the reason I brought all those out is because because we have to know what side we on. We're not fighting with America for America. We're fighting for Hispanics. Those are the people who's taking the blunt of the disrespect right now, of everything. As of now, we should be saying, free Mexico or free Mexicans. They don't say they'll put it on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook. You got people saying free Palestine. You got Black people saying free Palestine. Ain't never been there a day in their life. Maybe ain't never heard of Palestine until the so-called white man said, man, make this trend. Free Palestine. But you don't hear free Mexico. Why? Why you don't hear free Mexico? Free Mexican. Free. Let them be. You got an idea? Man, I'm hot up here, man.
Suppressed by the white man.
Exactly. There you go. It's suppressed by the so-called white man. And we say so-called white man because he's really red. It's a red man. Right? You was down at the lakefront the other day. I'm pretty sure you've seen plenty red people. Have you seen plenty red people? When they go in the sun for too long, they turn red. They get burned. And recently, we just heard on the internet that there's sunscreen making them get that cancer. So what are they going to use now? They just better stay out that sun. They really psychological vampires, if you ask me. What's like? Yeah. You've seen plenty red people. They stay on that lakefront. They may be the reason why the water's so dirty down there. That's why I personally go to pools. I go to a pool with the chlorine because I can't trust what they got going on. And I'd rather go to a pool on the south side, right? With the Hispanics, and they know how to upkeep their stuff and have fun without the violence, without the, you know what I'm saying? It's sad to say that because I know Washington Park got a decent pool right here, but it's majority Judah there, and what goes down, drugs, whatever the case may be. Our people are lost, and without us, they'll never be found. They look at as weed. They look at weed as just a plant. They look at pills. Oh, I'm having fun. And then they look at you for denying it. Oh, you a square. I'm a square because I don't want to pop no pills or be a drug addict. What are you, a triangle? Which is crazy, man. In this circle that we got, we are drug free. We drink strong drink in moderation. I don't get drunk. If I get drunk, you know what it's time to do? It's time to sleep it off. I'm not gonna try to go in public being beat out the ball. I'm not gonna, you know what I'm saying, slurring my words because it's not a good look. You ever seen a drunk person? It's not a good look. And then they wake up the next day. Well, what happened last night, man? You was possessed by a spirit of drunkenness. You don't know what happened, right? But, you know, I say all that to say, man, just realize, you know what I'm saying, who the enemy is. You know, you don't have to go up to their face. You're an enemy of me. Just have it in the front of your mind when you meet these people. Because they got it in the front of your mind, in front of their mind. Just like Officer Lacomiala brung out yesterday. They words as smooth as butter. They'll compliment you. Yeah. Oh, man, you fast. Whole time in the back of their head, they thinking of how to make a profit off you, or they thinking of how to stop your progress. Me, you know what I'm saying, us, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian, we'll never try to stop your progress. We want you to be the best soccer player. We want you to be the best motherfucking basketball player, football player, whatever. We're not going to, and that's just for the people in the ISUBK, because you do have some of them out there who's going to hate. Oh, he better than me. I got to do something. You just got to steer clear. You got to use your brain. And that's what most of us don't use. We don't use our brain out here. We just freelancing. Monkey see, monkey do, or the new trend, the new dance. You know what I'm saying? We're going to do that. But we don't use our brain and try to invent something original or do something original. Soon as some hot new dance, some hot new Takis come out, a hot new chip challenge. I know you want to do that chip challenge still. You do? Think you can handle it? No. We gonna see. It's coming up. But yeah, you know what I'm saying? We gotta put that mindset aside, the monkey see, monkey do, man, and try to invent new ways on how to help our people progress or how to help our people separate from America. America is only here to destroy us. And they've been trying. Do you notice how strong we are? America throws everything at us. Drugs, we prosper against that. Abortion, we prosper against that, even though it's getting worse with the abortion. I don't want to, that's a whole nother class, but we still prosper against that. You still got women out there who believe that having this baby is a blessing. It's a blessing from the Lord, right? It's the best thing you can do is have a child, right? You might got a $25,000, $30,000, $35,000 car or whatever. Whatever you possess do not amount to having a child. You can have $1 million car, $1 million career. The best thing you can do is reproduce. But the so-called white man got you thinking, man, this is healthcare. Mess up your uterus. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you you might have complications having another child in the next whatever, but we'll take that child out of you right now. But they don't tell you might have complications of trying to get pregnant again. That's the trick bag. They'll tell a woman all the soft stuff. Yeah, come on, we gonna help you get this out. We gonna. That's because 9 times out of 10, the abortion person is white. he in the back of his mind, he happy to do this. Happy to do this for you, and in your eyes, you're looking like they helping you. No, So it's that, but we prosper against that. We prosper against being in poverty. We climb up out of any type of thing that they got for us. What does that tell you? What does that tell you? We are the strongest people. Mentally, damn, that's skullback. Mentally, physically, and spiritually, we are the strongest people. Don't do that. The strongest people, we gonna get out of here in a second, you know what I'm saying? But just don't do that. We're the best people. The man threw crack at us in the 80s. We still prospered through that through the 90s. That man threw what was the drug of choice in the 90s? Weed. Weed. Then the 2000s came the Molly and the lean and all kind of stuff like that. We still prospering through that. Only thing we have to do today is we have to be the plant, you know what I'm saying, be the internet. And he's so diabolical that he throwing everything on the internet for you to see. These are the things we have to do. Beat our own mind too, because we wrestle with our own thoughts as well. You know what I'm saying? We have to, continue to be a part to prosper against these things. And then sooner or later, how shall I crack that sky? And he gonna set us in our rightful place, which is on top, ruling all the nations. The people gonna rejoice. And with that, I pass the class to Officer 1000 among a bar.
UPK security announcements. We are the Isupk, started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother and sister comes into the school, they're off limits for 6 months. They'll be saluted only. They're here to shut themselves to the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment. You can find it in Numbers chapter 18, verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verses 8 through 10. It means 10th in Hebrew, ma'ashur. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you, give to the treasury department or a teacher. Priest fund. It's like a free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. We got the Feast of the Memorial of the Blowing of the Trumpets, Sunday, September 21st.
That's right.
You can check the bulletin boards at the school, check on Isupk.com. Any brother wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black. That means your boots, your shirt, your pant, headband, and or scarf. With that, man, a visual on Mike. Stand. Man, a visual on Mike. Spot. Mike, that's lucky. Courtesy salute to the teacher. Man, a visual on Mike. Spot. Mike. Barack. Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shabbat.
Yahweh Matah, which you can hand down. Slack to the sisters, Sar, or Slack Amadi, which we stand to the sisters. Metavisceral, Sar to the sisters, which we stern to the sisters. Courtesy flu for the sisters. Metavisceral, Mike, Mike, Barack, Yahweh Shema, Yahweh Shem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Matah, class dismissed.
Ooh, 27 Club.
All right, gang, let's really nail it this time. Here we go. A 1, a 2, a 1, 2, 3, 4.
Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Been in this shit for some years, I ain't never left. Nigga try to save his life like he's scared of death. I got Hillstar on my body, bitch, I'm heaven sent. Hey, this UPK ain't nothing, we on fellowship. Florida Lee on my top, this a Saints hat. This the third Kempy been in, he a a J-Cat. Nigga tryna steal the sauce, yeah, I hate that. But I ain't make the rules, I can't